here in America, in Great Britain. And this is now the thing that we would like to do, help some young people that already speak Macedonian language to be able to study it and get this degree. At that point, we could actually do like a private school of Macedonian language and see if we will have again such problems like the ones we had. The problem is that we have always to challenge the Greek government, the Greek state. We cannot just wait for them to recognize us. There is no such a thing as recognition. The only thing they have to do is to let us have our rights, the rights that are guaranteed by the European Union, by the European Parliament. We saw this when, as educational and cultural movement of Vonna, we are now members since this year, thanks to the UMD help, I have to say that. We are members of the NPLD, is a network for the promotion of linguistic diversity in Europe. The situation of the non-official languages in the European Union are excellent if compared to ours that are tragic. The other members of NPLD understood our problem and they elected us in the steering meeting, which we wouldn't have the right as new members, so new members to be there, because they understood that we have to work a lot with Greece and the rights that are not guaranteed. So next year we will participate in more than one General Assembly, like it was this year, and we can promote our language in this European institution, which is financed by the European Commission and gives the possibility of study visits and many other activities where young Macedonians, up to 25 years old, can participate with expenses of the European Union. This is an excellent development, and we hope that our brave young people that will participate in these programs won't have any problems. Anyway, I hope that it will be possible to surpass any obstacles Greek government may put, because this time we have the allies, as allies, all these friends of the European Union, like the Catalans, the Basques, the Welsh people, the Friesland, Finland people, Swedish people, all these are members of NPLD. Another very serious situation that we're struggling with, and this is something that I do personally that doesn't have to do with the association, is I'm trying to help the Deca Begalci from the Republic of Macedonia to get back their Greek citizenship and hopefully also their properties, which were confiscated by the Greek government after the Second World War, the Civil War. And the problem here is that although some laws have changed due to pressure by the Turkish community to the European Council, and some articles of the law for the Greek citizenship have been cancelled, raised, we still found ourselves in this strange situation that though there is no law that prohibits to give back their citizenship, Greek authorities find always a way not to issue the documents these people need. After many calls to the Minister of Interior in Athens, after visiting many municipalities where the Detsa Begalci had applied for documents, I have been told that there is a circular letter sent to all municipalities in Macedonia that say all citizens of Macedonia, of the Republic of Macedonia, who apply for documents, the municipalities are obliged to send all of them in Athens to the Ministry of Interior. When I asked to see this circular letter, because as a Greek citizen I have the right to see what the government is circulating about citizens, they told me it's not possible because this letter is a top secret and it's not for the citizens to see. After 2 years, finally, we at least understood how Greek government in the past erased the citizenship of many people. There are at least three types of problems. One is that they were just not re-registered after the civil war because they made new registry, municipality registry, only with the people that were present at that time in the village. So all the others that were refugees of war and couldn't come back till the 1955, they just didn't re-register in the books. So the municipalities now, they say we cannot find them. Another problem is that due to this circular letter, the municipalities don't give documents, not even for people who never lost the Greek citizenship. I mean, we can find them, but they say we cannot give the documents. And another case is for the Detsa Begalci. This is more for the males who, when they reach the age of 18 years old, they didn't present themselves for the army service. But the thing is that no Greek who didn't present himself for the military service and was abroad got as punishment the cancellation of his Greek citizenship. He was fined, he may get jailed, but not this kind of punishment. This punishment was only for the Macedonians. That also shows that this is a completely unconstitutional way of treating citizens. And the problem now is to try to get enough proof to go to the European Court of Human Rights, or to find a way through Europe or the international community to make pressure to Greece to stop these discriminating and racist policies against its ex-citizens. We had the chance in our visit with Father Nikodim Tsarknias to visit congressmen, congresswomen in Washington, in Ottawa, and this gives us hope that really the international community will start to see to these problems in Greece. And I could say that most people were quite amazed that in Greece happens things like that today, in 2012, in an EU member state. I thank you all of you for your support. And the support can be in many ways. Every time you stand up as Macedonians against the Greek propaganda and these racist policies of that country, you actually helping us. You are free to do that. We are not. You are silenced. We have no voice in Greece. And unfortunately, it's very hard for us to have a voice in the European Union as well, because Greeks are everywhere there. I mean, they are from a privileged situation, and they always have the ways to silence us, to stop us. I'm living in the United States and Canada, full of hope that the future will be much better for all Macedonians, not just in the Aegean, but also in Bulgaria and in Albania. But we have lots of work, and what I was glad to see that here is done real, very big and hard work from the guys of United Macedonian Diaspora. It seems like, I mean, their work compared to mine, I could say that I do just a hobby in Greece. It's very, very nice to see that these people are working with their heart and they are working hard. I won't keep you anymore. Some other people will have to explain some more things about also for our religious freedoms who are not respected as well. And hope to see you sometimes again. Bye-bye.
Eugenia, thank you so much for your passion and your tenacity, for your hobby. You really have put yourself out there, and we all thank you for that. And also, Dr. Ernest, thank you for telling our Macedonian story in your book as well. Thank you so much for that. Now, it is a privilege, a sincere privilege, to introduce to you the Archimandrite Nikodim Tsarknias, who is the religious leader of the Macedonian Orthodox Church in Greece. Now, Archimandrite Tsarknias entered the ranks of the Greek Orthodox Church 39 years ago, following several disagreements over a 20-year period with Greek Orthodox Church authorities for preaching the Bible in our Macedonian language. The church defrocked him. Since then, he's been jailed, beaten by police, intimidated by the Greek Secret Service, until this day has not been allowed to build a fully functioning Macedonian Orthodox Church in Greece. Now, Archimandrite Tsarknias lives with tremendous fear for his life on a daily basis and has been subjected to over a dozen lawsuits and arrests and warrants, which has subsequently cost him and the Macedonian native community in Aegean Macedonia over 50,000 euros in legal fees. Now, there have been stories and rumors circulating throughout the community that Archimandrite Tsarknias has stolen the money of Macedonians worldwide and has built a house in Aegean Macedonia. Now, these outright lies need to stop. Archimandrite Tsarknias has indeed built a Macedonian Orthodox Church in Sabotsko, but due to the Greek laws, it cannot function as a church. And no one outside of Archimandrite Tsarknias' immediate family can attend. Now, late last year, he was fined and sentenced to serve 1 month in prison for conducting a funeral service. We are a small community, and we need to stick together as Macedonians. We need to support each other, and we actually need to stop bad-mouthing each other and spreading misinformation. It is not easy to be a Macedonian in Greece, just as Eugenia has told us all. Right now, I'd like to please welcome Archimandrite Nikodim Tsarknias.
Добър вечер. Противник, почитувани македонки и македонци, ζητούμενοι